Rush Limbaugh of Internet Talk Radio, the master debater, the cunning linguist, the admiral of alliteration, the psycho pervert from hell, the man with the #1 non-relevant website, and Ed Baldwin's favorite community producer. And
them Daisy Dukes on.
I got my Daisy Dukes on today.
We deemed it the community volunteer producer.
Okay.
All right.
We've got M-Dub in the building. We got the goddamn Tom Hatfield in the building. We got the microwave queen over there. And we got the real hood wide.
And I have a shot of the real hood wide up. If anybody wants to go to JiggyJaguar.com or livestream.com/JiggyJaguar, you can see what you're hearing. Or something like that.
You know what I think is great is the fact that the microwave queen over there is sitting right next to a championship belt, porn chicks, and Eddie Money.
Ain't she?
Unfortunately, the chair's in the way. But we have a good shot of her laughing.
Look at that shit.
She needed to be sitting next to Chuka. What's her name?
Little Pachuca.
Little Pachuca.
Oh, baby.
Little Pikachu.
Okay, what is that reference to? I know my rap.
Pikachu is Pokemon.
Really? Yeah. That's that's like.
The thing I can remember through her name is Pikachu. So Pikachu.
But I hear that in raps all the time. Is that being insulting against what?
No.
It's insulting against Pokemon. No.
A Pokemon.
I want to thank Between the Buried and Me and Don Merriman for being in the first hour of the lovely the Big Shoe.
It only gets
the
better
big podcast.
From here,
it only gets better because we're going to be talking about Tracy Mann, that piece of garbage. We're also going to be chatting about my buddy Marcia down there at Community Access. We're also going to be chatting about Ed Baldwin.
Don't forget about the bitch Shiva. We'll be talking about Miss Shiva all day today. As long as I'm here, we'll be talking about the bitch.
I
don't know.
I thought she insisted on a different title at her job.
Corporal bitch.
Corporal
bitch Shiva.
Corporal bitch Shiva.
Corporal fat bitch Shiva. That's what we're going to call her.
You guys are...
Big titty committee.
Long titty. Long titty Lucy.
Oh.
Sagging.
The real hood wide in the building. And we've got Tim Hulskamp calling in on the telephone here in just a second. We're going to be talking, like I said, we have a brand new contest for Skype. Ross is eating. Well, I'll let him eat.
No, that's a secret for now.
Oh, okay.
We have to get our local talent.
He eating a foot long, too.
He's eating a foot long, baby.
Oh, shit.
We want to thank everybody for checking us out at JiggyJaguar.com. Also, livestream.com/JiggyJaguar. And this weekend, Kung Fu Vampire comes to Wichita, Kansas. It's the Dead for Life tour, August 7th, 7 p.m., all ages, at the Oz Cafe, 2222 East Douglas.
And Ninja Larry will be in the building.
Yes, indeed. Hey, guys. Liquid Assassin also there. Mars, Asylum Inmates, Pyro, the Demon Sick, and, of course, Wicked Ways.
Wicked Ways. The 50-year-old rappers who've been doing it for 30 years. They're almost as pathetic as Two Live Crew.
No.
We have our brand new Don't Believe the Propaganda free Jiggy t-shirts available at JiggyJaguar.com. You go to JiggyJaguar.com, you click on the Don't Believe the Propaganda free Jiggy banner with me in handcuffs, and it'll take you to our Cafe Press where you can buy a t-shirt.
I'm going to get a shot of that.
You're going to get a shot of that. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Let's get a shot of my Don't Believe the Propaganda, Don't Believe the Hype.
You're duking it out.
I'm duking it out with people because I'm in cuffs. Because I decided to listen to Peanut and run from the police.
Get out of here.
By the way, check out Craig Morgan's Country to the Core sweepstakes available at JiggyJaguar.com. Enter now to meet and greet with Craig and also watch him perform. Brought to you by our good friends at Cracker Barrel. I love it. That's all I got to say is I love it. We do all sorts of different things here. Also, we have a brand new poll on JiggyJaguar.com. Well, it's not brand new. It's kind of the same thing we had last month. But Hollywood Ed Baldwin, our
You did
buddy.
this without notifying me?
No, we have a brand new poll up. It's Hollywood Ed Baldwin. Is he a racist?
Somebody's trying to contact me on Skype.
A fat fuck, a liar, jealous of Sigmund Freud, wish he never fucked with Sigmund Freud, or a turd that needs to be flushed. And currently in the lead, ladies and gentlemen,
A turd that needs to be fucked.
Yes, 6 votes.
Flushed and fucked.
6 votes.
Where's the racist at? Is the racist in the second place?
The racist is in the play.
Because I understand there's what we call black people.
We have a visitor from Junction City, Kansas, who checked in.
Something else.
We have a visitor from Junction City, Kansas, who checked in on JiggyJaguar.com a minute ago. I believe it might be Super Dave.
1, 2, 3.
Super.
They're getting it. We're making these guys a legend here, and it's unbelievable.
We're making that. Oh, and you can also go over to JiggyJaguar.com now and play Invaders and Tetris live on the website. You got nothing to do? Listen to me and play Tetris.
Why would you want to do that?
I don't know. Tim Hulskamp is getting ready to call in on the phone here in just a few. If his campaign hasn't been scared off by my comments that I made about him. I haven't said anything about him.
We've said good
I've
things
said nasty.
about
I've said
him.
nasty things about Tracy Mann, not Tim Hulskamp.
Oh yes, and
But let's do this. Let's slide Keith Davies in over there in the air chair and give him a microphone.
The hair chair, yes.
And let's get it going.
And,
Keith, take a seat, brother.
Yeah.
Well,
There you go, brother.
Brother. You sound like Chris. You sound like cousin Chris.
Giving him until Tim calls, or
yeah, till Tim calls, or we take another break. There's Capes. What are you doing? What are you doing? You are a bad motherfucker. Santa's little helper, Keith Davies. Santa's little helper, Keith Davies. We love him.
What will I do? I just push up on the on when I talk?
Pretty much, brother.
Or just leave it on.
Or
and
just
actually,
leave it on,
if you keep
brother.
it maybe like about 6 inches from your mouth comfortably, that looks good.
You don't even have to do it?
Unlike Ninja Larry, who doesn't
Yeah,
just
just make
6
sure it's
inches
on.
from his
Turn
mouth.
on.
We won't get
It
into
is
that
on.
here.
It is already on?
It sounds like
Look
it's
at
on.
this. We love Keith Davies. He's the man. He's the myth. He's the
Is it
legend.
already on, or can you tell?
He's getting it moving. M-Dub in the building. Gonna be freestyling later.
It's on. We're good. It's on.
M-Dub's waiting on our little hottie to show up, which she just texted me a minute ago, and she goes, she is on her way up. She heard M-Dub was here.
We lost our talent.
Damn it! I gotta keep that on the down low.
Remember, we're going to interview Ken and this guy too a little bit more.
Okay,
You might
let's
want to scoot back just a little bit before you get
let's
get too
chat.
hot. There, right there,
Let's
right there.
chat, Keith. We have a lot of things to chat about, my man. First of all, what do you think of this first district race between that piece of garbage Tracy Mann, Tim Hulskamp, Jim Barnett, and who's the other one running?
Mark Cobb out of Galva, and you got Sue Boldra out of Hayes.
And
Yes,
they're
indeed.
and
Sue
they're
Boldra,
Barnett
we love
out of
Sue
Emporia.
Boldra.
And they're basically irrelevant. It comes down to Tracy Mann, Jim Barnett, and Hulskamp.
And Hulskamp.
I mean, let's talk political realities here. Please.
Let's talk political reality.
Yeah, I mean, we could talk Sue Boldra all day and Mr.
She's been
Galva.
on Sample Text. She was on Sample Text last month with Alan Jelka.
And it's not I don't disagree with many of her precepts. You keep, yes, if you could hold the mic very, very still.
Hulskamp.
Yes, very good.
Let me see what this KSN
Okay.
poll.
Oh,
I want to find the KSN.
You let me know when we...
we're, oh, yeah.
Basically, the situation is KSN, by the way, KSN.com, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. Currently, it is like a three-way tie between Jim Barnett, Tracy Mann, and Tim Hulskamp.
And it's a very important election here in 2 days. 2 days, people, and our own county clerk, Mr. Nice Guy,
Don
Mr. Don
Merriman,
Merriman,
who probably will get a phone call tomorrow since he appeared on this broadcast.
and with maximum chastisement, and he ought to say, I will talk about election issues with whomever or wherever I want to. Fuck you people. I'm an elected official, and fire me.
But yeah, Keith is right. Mark Cobb is running. Sue Boulder's running. Alan Jelka's running. Rob Wassinger is running, who looks like he's 4. Have you seen this Wassinger? How young is this guy? He looks like he's 4, Keith. He looks like he's 4. And then you got Tim Hulskamp, who's going to be calling in here in just a few, and Jim Barnett, the doctor, who is running. And then we have the governor's race, which should be very, very, very interesting. And we have the attorney general's race, which Ralph DeZago, Derek Schmidt, and Steve Six. Secretary of State J.R. Cleese, Elizabeth Libby Inslee, Chris Kobosh, Chris Steiniger, and Chris Biggs. And then, of course, we have the Kansas Insurance Commissioner, David J. Powell, Sandy Prager, and State Treasurer. And but the big one that we all want to know about, and that is this first district thing. We're going to be talking to Tim Hulskamp here in just a few. Also, my good friend Jim Anderson is running for something.
Really?
Jim's running for something. I know what he's running for, but Gary Schwarzenegger says he doesn't have a shot in hell of winning.
Might he be running away from something?
He's running against Raj Goyal, Robert Tillman, who looks like Charles Barkley, Mike Pompeo, Wink Hartman, Gene Schodorf, I believe is how you pronounce her last name, and Paji Rutzman, I think. How do you pronounce her name, Keith?
They might want to change their name so people can pronounce it.
But Keith, give me your thoughts on this T. Hart, Jerry Moran thing. These guys have just been duking it out on TV.
Let me tell you my comments on Jerry Moran. First of all, Jerry Moran is nothing but a conservative. Visits his home every weekend, comes home, takes his daughters to ball games. He's from Plainville as far as being born and raised. His parents are 93 and 91 respectively. His mother just died here about a week ago. Jerry Moran has stayed and visited all 69 of his district communities. He has visited every single one of them. He goes to every one of them. He talks to them, has town meetings. The difference between him and T. Hart is I see T. Hart as a Washington insider who moved his family to Washington. He has stayed in Washington. He has become part of the in-group, what I call the Good Old Boys Club with Karl Rove.
Oh, yeah.
The Sarah Palins. All he does is stay there, and whatever's right for the party, the partisan politics, he's all about. The guy had $38.9 million in pork barrel spending last year. Jerry Moran only had 16.6. Jerry Moran, in my opinion, the reason he did not vote on Homeland Security, he did not want no more bureaucracy. He stood up against the Good Old Boys Club when he actually said, I do not want the prescription drug benefit, which cost about $1 trillion. He also voted against No Child Left Behind, which has been a disaster. I look at the race between the two. It's been nothing but a mudslinging race. I hope that I never see this again. But this is my comment. It's my vote goes out for Mr. Jerry Moran. I'll see what James and Ross wants to weigh in.
Hey, I'll tell you.
I think we're in pretty close agreement. I don't think you could have said it better there.
Yeah, Keith, you had a good point, man, because I'm not a, I would love to see the Todd T. Hart attack machine lose, because every single time he runs for anything, bam, 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 it's just attack, 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 attack.
And it seems his population, his support is in the most populous little pocket of the Kansas, the Kansas City and then Wichita areas, is where he came from.
Well, you hit it right on the head a while ago, James and Ross.
Yeah.
First of all, what happened was, even in his first race, he was behind, and all of a sudden, it just seemed like overnight, his popularity went up, and of course the donations went up. It's just the Good Old Boys Club. I think it comes down to people like Mr. Koch Industries getting involved, and people like Sam Brownback's race, and all of a sudden they come up with $2 million, and they're able to take Sheila Fromm out of the race when Bob Dole and Senator Graves both wanted Sheila Fromm for go.
It's basically buying people's votes. In a way, one way or another, you're buying people's votes.
Well, this is what it all comes down to, Ross and James.
Yep.
To me, an earmark, I'm going to give you a definition of an earmark. I had a guy on WWW the other day say earmarks are good. Well, here's my opinion. Earmarks are nothing but vote buying for your constituents. Here, if you took $191 million in pork barrel spending by our Kansas delegation last year,
Right.
you take it times 50 states, that's 100. I mean, that's actually, if you take 50 times 191.6, you got $996 million of pork, which is almost $1 trillion. I say leave it to the states to take care of their own pork, leave it out of the federal government and us taxpayers' hands.
That's easier said than done, but I know almost everybody likes to say, the hell with pork projects unless it's my pork project. But your take, Mr.
You know what I would love to do, and by the way, the asylum inmates just got into the building. Check us out at livestream.com/JiggyJaguar, also JiggyJaguar.com. The leader of the asylum inmates the other night told me he wants to talk some politics. So I'm going to hand him a microphone.
Really?
Oh, yeah, I'll mess it up. What do you want to talk about?
Jump in there, brother.
Oh, if you're some kind of OTAP, or like I call her O-slap, you can just leave. No. Why don't you have a seat next there?
Blake, we love you.
There.
Yes, I'm good, man.
And we'll put you in the house. And put
Heat
you
up the G in the building.
Yeah.
The microwave queen herself. That goddamn Tom Hatfield.
This is incredible, this show.
And the Simon Cowell of hip-hop. Filipino. The real hoodwink.
I feel that was just
And
They're all
Keith
in the-
Davies in the building. We got them all.
We got the best of politics. We got the best of rap. We have the best of...
Why would you go anywhere else?
Did you guys bring our tripod?
We did not find the tripod.
Damn it.
Believe me, my wife's a photographer. I know how expensive those things are. We didn't see it.
This is
Oh,
a good
I'm sorry.
That's
It's
fine.
my
Don't worry
jacket.
about it. Don't
That's
worry
what
about it. We got it. We got it. Well, I'll just call up Miss Wendy and say, you got to send me a
never
tripod.
come to Wichita again to do that stuff. unless it's places.
That's right.
and Miss Wendy, if I call her up and I say, babe, I lost my tripod. Oh, really? Well, I'll send one to you. You motherfucker. Oh, and M-Dub, by the way, is here, and I don't want to don't get it twisted. When I was saying that there was hotties coming up here to see M-Dub,
I am hot.
don't believe anything I have to say because I'm a circus clown. I am half Jamaican and half idiot. Actually, just full idiot.
Are we the
Who's
hotties?
texting you? What do they want?
I got people texting me like crazy. Now, give me your opinion, Keith, on who you think will win this first district thing with Jim Barnett and all of them.
You're up on
And then
this,
I'm gonna
aren't you?
have Blake jump in there and give us
A
his
little bit.
take on some
I
stuff.
I do more of the higher stuff, presidential type.
Okay, my opinion is, James, on this race
Yeah.
in the 1st District, first of all, I wrote an article, and I believe that any person that wants to run for Congress, representative, they ought to have to live in a community for 2 years before they even enter the race. For somebody just to be a big real estate Mongol and come from Kansas City just to move into Salina to be able to run for Congress.
Hallelujah, baby! Oh yes, go!
I think this is totally wrong. It's no different than your president of the United States being a naturalized citizen. The way I look at it is, you let somebody
There's a
come
lot
in.
of black people in here. I wouldn't be talking about Obama. Go ahead.
You're not going to like me.
But my
Obama.
Not at all.
Fuck with Obama. That's my nigga.
Fuck Obama. Fuck Hillary.
Obama.
Fuck Bill. Fuck about
Yeah,
that.
all right. Pretty much go down the line.
on the
Yeah.
street.
Obama my nigga. Obama my nigga. Y'all better chill out, son.
Oh, okay.
You're outnumbered, Peanut. You're outnumbered.
Basically,
I don't like giving opinions because people get mad. So I don't got opinions. I only got facts. And if you want to argue facts, I'll go at it. I mean, anybody running for anything has to directly oppose the Obama administration. If they
Fuck
want to
Michelle.
change anything, they have to do it. You have a guy who says hope and change, comes in, talks about getting off Main Street onto Wall Street, gives away more money than every U.S. war that's ever been put together in the history of the U.S., ever to the richest companies in the U.S. who lay off the middle class and lower class workers, giving them almost no sanctions, giving them almost no rules. They go free with the money, do whatever they want. They bail out hardly nothing. They don't do anything for the economy. Hope he change you what? Do gay people have any rights? Has anything been changed? He goes in, puts the same date on the pullout for Iraq as George W. Bush already had, then extended it even longer. When asked for a surge in troops, he waited for 3 months and let 264 soldiers die because they didn't have enough support, then did the surge and came in later. This guy is a bag of hot air. Every time you see him, he's on TV, he's on the networks. Man, he's good looking, he's smooth talking, and hope he change, he sounds awesome. Hope change. It sounds like a good deal. Everybody, even people who follow him, have said this is probably the closest thing to a continuance of the Bush administration there could possibly have been. It's a corrupt government.
No room.
You know what I like. See, the difference is, and I'm not even saying I'm a George W. fan, but when George W., when he used to screw me, at least he'd play with my tits and buy me a drink and stuff. He gave me that little tax break, so I got something. Obama's like, hey, I'm going to save you, I'm going to save you, I'm going to save you, and then he just throws water in my sinking boat, like, if you break down that bailout, okay, it's $23,000 in change per American, counting illegal citizens. If you would have put money on that bailout and said, here's what we'll do, we'll give it to citizens, but you have to pay off any debts you owe first, including medical debts, including your mortgages, including your car payments, $23,000 a person, and my household, that would have been over $100,000. My house would have been paid off. That would have helped all of these bad loans and all of that stuff. My car would have been paid off. There would have been a surge in the market. There would have been jobs created because people would have been buying stuff so fast. But no, he talks about being on Main Street, gives it away to his rich friends, and just continues the same BS we've seen for years. The guy can talk. He's a good guy as far as having a voice. President Bush, he was stupid, but he surrounded himself with people who knew what they were doing. Obama, dude, he had Kumar as his director of international relations. He just had to step down to go make another Harold and Kumar movie. That's not a joke. Look it up. That was his director of international and foreign relations. He appointed him. He appointed Kumar.
Back to the subject.
Your rebuttal.
Interloping asshole. Interloping asshole.
I like the figures I like the figures that's put out here. First of all, if we keep going on the discretionary spending that the Congress is doing at the moment, right now our national debt is $14 trillion. Our gross domestic product is $16 trillion. If we keep at the 17% rate of GDP spending discretionary by the senators right now, at the year 2030 will be 146% of our gross domestic product, which says basically we are bankrupt, we're in trouble. At this rate, we cannot go at 17% per year. We need to vote out every congressman, every senator, every person in office. We need to put in new people, never been in politics. First of all, during the George W. Bush era, you had a $6 trillion, $23 billion spending on the national debt. With Obama, you got $3 trillion, $5 billion already in 2 years. The Republican administration from the time of Jimmy Carter, which was $984 billion. Ronald Reagan was $2,787 billion. By the time George W. Bush took office, counting the $236 billion surplus during the Clinton administration, with the second administration be a Republican, ran by Robert Rubin as the Secretary Treasurer, and you had the $236 billion surplus, you minus that from the spending of the Republicans that were president, you have a $9 billion debt just from the Republicans. So Barack Obama has come in there with hope and change, which everybody did say, well, hey, look, we do need a change. I'll have to agree with that. We had 2 wars. One of them was a necessity, which was Afghanistan. 15 of the 19 terrorists were from Afghanistan. They come originally from Saudi Arabia. That was the country that attacked us. That's where the planning was. The 555 training camps in northwest Pakistan and Afghanistan on the Waziristan border. This is where the fighting should have been. It should not have been in Iraq. The Constitution, Article 1, Section 10 of the United States Constitution says the United States shall never go to war without being attacked first or imminently in danger of. Iraq was always our friend. We sold them weapons to fight Iran. We sold the Mujahideen weapons to fight the Russians. The Russians went in with 180,000 troops, went bankrupt with 15 different countries separating into different units. And they left the country with their heads between their tails, and it looks like we're on the same path unless we change our ways. Right now, we're in a bankruptcy situation. We need to be a little bit more minding our own business. Let's get the war in Afghanistan over with. Let's pull our troops home, and let's take our losses. But the 4,484 heroes that fought in Iraq, which were told to fight in Iraq, those are heroes. They all have mothers, fathers, brothers, sisters, husbands, and wives. I say, let's get out of Iraq. Let's finish Afghanistan. Let's go up into northwest Pakistan, take out the 555 training camps. Let's come back and get our own country in order. Let's get solvent. Let's pass the fair tax, bring back our corporations. Let's get American solvent, and let's mind our own constitution, and let's follow it.
Kind of like fire all our politicians and kill all the lawyers. But that's not political reality.
Fire all the politicians.
I like this guy though because his numbers are right. I mean,
we're right on
a lot
it.
of facts, and that's a lot of things. I don't want to go straight back to it. I do want to say two things. One thing is this new healthcare thing that's passed. It's a failure. It's not fiscally responsible, and it's not sustainable. That's been proven over a long period of time, even a short period of time. A lot of Americans don't know and understand that if they refuse to buy into this and don't have insurance, that they're going to be taxed. That tax is classified as a fine. You will get fined for being too poor to afford the health care that you can't afford in the first place. These are like overdraft fees at the bank. Like, you don't have enough money, so we're going to charge you more money.
Exactly.
Like, give me a break, okay? I agree with the Iraq thing. The only thing I have to disagree about that is, we did help them for a long time, but we also helped the Taliban, if you want to be honest about it. We told them, hey, we're going to help you overthrow these countries, these regimes. We gave them weapons and stuff, and then we left them out to dry. They attacked us. People are like, why did they attack us? Well, how about because we turned them into homeland terrorists? I mean, that's a good reason. It's not justified, but that explains a lot of it. The second thing is Saddam Hussein had a lot of weight over there. We did help them. We did have really good relationships with them for a while, but when he started just mass murdering people, including his soccer team that went to the Olympics, came out of the first round, came home, and he executed his entire soccer team for not placing in the Olympics, that guy's crazy.
I like the idea of bringing force and violence to your Olympic team.
Well, and here's the deal. But here's the bottom line with the Iraq thing. I do think. Yeah. Dude, I have to say, I don't have anything against those guys, and man, may they rest in peace. But I might have been a little more motivated. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I might have been playing a little dirty or something, juicing or doing what I had to do. But you had a tyrant. You have somebody who's killing people randomly because of their beliefs, the things they do and say. I understand it's not a Western civilization. I think if we would have went straight to Iraq, I think that he had enough Afghanistan. I think he had enough pull over there that he could have pulled Iran. Possibly, it's almost impossible to turn Saudi Arabia against us, but he had the charisma to do it. We did step outside the UN. We did have a lot of people backing us, though, and that's one of those things where at the end of the day, when it came time to go to war with Iraq and Afghanistan, every American in this country, with the exception of like 3%, was like, let's do it. We're in a situation now where honestly, down the road, had nothing been done, they would have said George Bush was a coward, he didn't respond, he didn't take care of the country, and then if he did something, they would have said he's a tyrant, he's getting into other people's business. I'm going to throw this out there. I love America and I love our freedoms. I feel like it is my duty as a human being to protect the freedom of other people. My friends feel that way, which is why they're over in Iraq and Afghanistan, which is why they signed back up and re-enlisted when they did not have to stay there to try to help protect those people and build it back up. And I think that if you're going to talk about liberty and freedom and peace and things like that, that you have to be able to back it up for other people as well. That's something that we've always done. That's a responsibility of ours, and it makes us look like the bad guy a lot. It does, and it costs us money, and it's on our dime. But I'll tell you what, you walk next door, you see a kid burning a house, are you going to go get him if he's only white, if he's only a baby, if he's only a Christian, if he's only you start putting rules on it, you start just degrading humanity. You start saying people are worth more somewhere else than they are here or abound. We got to take care of our problems at home. That dude need to be taken out. He's been taken out. Our best bet now is to stay there for not a long period of time, as far as occupation, but is to establish bases there so that we have a place to basically launch in and out of, like we do Germany, to prepare for any skirmishes that are going to continue with Afghanistan, possibly Pakistan. You've got problems happening with North Korea right now. South Korea and America are running carpet bombings off the border of North and South Korea because of North Korea's threat. There's all kinds of issues there. We put ourselves in a position where not only are we trying to gain allies, but we're trying to put ourselves in a position that where and when threats do happen, we can intervene and try to be peacekeepers. And I will say this isn't the war my grandfather fought. He was in World War II. He had a Purple Heart. When he went in, you sprayed fire first and asked questions second. In Afghanistan right now, they're losing more and more soldiers. The soldiers are frustrated. Their rules right now are to not shoot. They're not to shoot at someone unless they're being shot at. If they get shot at by someone and they run back in a crowd and they can't identify the person, they can't do anything. They have nothing they can do. And there's just a special about that on Dateline, on 2020, all kinds of stuff. We're doing everything we can as far as peacekeeping. This isn't a go in there and just blow everybody apart war. So it's kind of frustrating to me when everybody's like, this is a war, this is, no. If this was a war, we'd be burning down your villages. We'd be dropping missiles. It'd be over. We're over there trying to help out, and the people who want justice and the people who want peace appreciate it. The people who don't, they're in for a rude awakening. Yeah, they're screwed. But I agree with them. Long term, we got to get out of there. That's not our place. It's not our place to be. But we can't say that people deserve to be free and then let people basically go into what was a genocide. I mean, it was a genocide.
Ross. We need, and I will definitely be chatting with you soon about him and Keith and Gary on a sample text, because Schwarzenegger is as liberal as they come, and if you showed up in that outfit, that would be great.
I get asked to do a lot of things, and they always want me to wear this. They're like,
well, you have to come in makeup.
Yeah, they're like, we're going to do a movie review, and we've got some really nice guys, and we would just like you to dress up in the makeup and let us know how you feel. And I'm like,
and rant and rave.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
You're like Marilyn Manson.
Well, I talk a lot. I'm sorry. I don't mean to dominate the conversation, but it's like you were at the Green Jelly Show the other night. We had a concert in Wichita, and I just want to say again, just for anybody who wasn't there, of all, I hadn't seen Green Jelly in my whole life. I thought they were burnt out.
I've seen them 3 times, and they're fucking awesome.
I didn't know what they would bring. That show was one of the best concerts I've ever seen in my life, first and foremost. And second off, it was funded by a soldier in Iraq who sent the money over here to me to put the show on because I told him I couldn't afford it. He said, I'm over here fighting for freedom. I'm over here fighting for peace. If you guys can't do what you want to do and have a good time, then, what's it for? He loaned me the cash. That's how things happen. People think you make a lot of money in this business. We walked away barely breaking even. We had a great time. We enjoyed everybody's company, and that's all we're trying to do.
Did you participate in the Green Jelly Show?
More than you can imagine.
Did you put a mask on? Did you guys put?
Do you have bruises to prove it?
No, I don't. I got to hold one of the pigs. I got to hold the farmer pig, the first one, so that was really cool. My arms were pretty tired. Those things are heavy, by the way. And then
they're made with duct tape, as Bill said.
Oh, part of the show that. Like no other.
Oh yeah.
Bill says they're made with duct tape from Walmart.
And they really are. I mean, that thing's been duct taped over so many times. I don't think there's anything inside of it.
Let's all go to the comic book store. He didn't like it when he first showed up, but then he was like, this actually is kind of cool.
Dude, there couldn't be a more perfect setting for what they're doing. I just want to throw this out there, though, 2 things. I don't mind being called comic book guy. I think it's kind of funny because I hate comic books, so they laugh at me. I don't own that place. I just put on the show there. Ramiro helped me do it. And then just earlier, I just want to let you know, I am by no means in any way the leader of the asylum inmates. I'm the DJ. I can't rap. I can't rhyme. I smash shit over my face.
You're
I
the
spit
Game
blood.
Boy to their...
That's exactly. To their power lifter. That's pretty... Yeah, I am... I'm the eye candy. I'm sexy, and so, we try to use my sexual appeal to bring in the extra people, and that's all I do.
We think it's cool that everybody thinks he's the face because he loves talking. We just like rapping.
He just said he likes the rapping.
Yeah, I've got like ADD, so I talk nonstop. Everybody's like, "You're the leader."
Well, hey,
I'm like, I don't do anything. I'm the back line of this.
We're gonna take a quick little time out here,
and we're gonna let then Keith have his platform statement. And while we're waiting for our call, and our third
Yeah,
hour is
we're
going to
gonna-
be mostly dedicated to heavy metal and rap.
Yes, and we're going to take a quick little time out here on the world-famous Jiggy Jaguar show. Keep in mind, we are live at SRN, the Spirit of South York at 148.ca. Also, kjagradio.com, livestream.com/Jiggy Jaguar. And get it, if you get a chance, go over to rosslong.info and check out interviews from last Friday with Librium, powerlifter, who, by the way, they have a hot perv magnet girlfriend. New Imperialism, Abysmal, my little buddy, the perv magnet herself, the fabulous Miss Wendy, and my buddy Bill, and his duct tape, and that wife of his. When we get back, we've got more. We've got M-Dub in the building. We've got the real hood wide. We have the microwave queen herself. We got Keith Davies, who's been called a Keebler elf and Santa's little helper today, which, I don't know. Keith might just be like the Incredible Hulk and rip this whole place apart. And we've got the asylum inmates. And Straight Gutta is in the building! Holy shit, where did you come from? You're like a blowfish at Twine Factory. You just showed up out of nowhere. And we got that goddamn Tom Hatfield over there. He's getting it going. He's like a hot goat under a rainfall. He's like a ferret in a jello fight. And we're getting it going. When we get back, we've got more here on our world-famous Jiggy Jaguar.
Listeners of this show need to subscribe to the TalkShoe.com link for past and current shows at JiggyJaguar.com.
Get reliable, secure web hosting without the long-term